Hello, this is Kirill from forexpert.com and welcome back to the course on money management. In the previous tutorial, this is where we stopped. We started discussing the core concepts of the fixed ratio money management method, and we got up to this stage. And at this point, it may still be a bit vague as to what's going on and how this method works, but do not fear. Right now we're going to add a visual to all of this, so we'll see some substance and see exactly how it works, how this method will work on our accounts, and hopefully that will clear things up. So let's move straight into it. Here we've got $1,000. That's our starting deposit, and the $1,000 is represented by four little bars. So basically every single bar in this example is going to be $250. And also as a starting input, we know that we're going to start trading with one lot. So now let's remember that our delta is $1,000. And as we discussed in the previous example, that is one of the core parameters of the fixed ratio money management method, which tells us when exactly we should move on to the next step in terms of volume of our transactions. So let's do exactly that. Before we proceed with this example, let's calculate, or let's recall when we're allowed to increase our volume. So the way it works is we have $1,000 on our account, and we're trading with one lot. Delta is specified at a per lot basis. So what it's saying is that as soon as your one lot, or because you're trading with one lot, you have to earn an additional delta in order to move on to the next step. Now, the method doesn't care how long it takes you or how many transactions it takes you. The core principle is that you have to get to $2,000 in order to be allowed to move on to the next step in terms of your volume. And let's see how that plays out. So we're starting with $1,000. Our first transaction brings us $250. And here we're assuming, for simplicity's sake, that every transaction will either bring us $250 or we'll lose $250. And moreover, in this particular example, we're just going to assume that all trades are profitable for now. So the first trade brought us $250. The second trade brought us $250. We still have to continue trading with one lot because we're not allowed to change. We have not reached that $2,000 checkpoint yet. The next trade brings us another $250, and then the fourth trade brings us the final $250, which takes us finally to the $2,000 mark. So now we have $2,000 on our account, and as per the fixed ratio money management method, we are allowed to increase our trading volume to the next step. The next step is two lots. Now let's do the same iteration again. Before we continue with the example, let's calculate when we will be allowed to increase our volume to the next step. So we're trading with two lots, and the fixed ratio money management method says that every single lot that you're trading with has to earn you a delta on top of your current funds in order for you to be allowed to increase your volume to the next step. Because we have $2,000 in our account, we need because we're trading with two lots, we need to add two deltas. And because we already have $2,000 in our account, that means that $2,000 plus two deltas equals to $4,000. And that's going to be our next checkpoint where we will be allowed to increase our volume. Okay, so let's get started. The first trade brings us $500. And that's not a surprise because now we're trading with two lots. So therefore, every single trade is going to be twice as impactful on our account. And instead of bringing us just $250, it's actually brought us $500. The next trade, once again, brings us $500. Then again, we get $500. So far, we've added $1,500. So we're sitting at $3,500 on our account. That's still not enough to increase our volume to the next step. So we keep trading with the same volume, and then the next trade finally takes that to that major checkpoint of $4,000, where the fixed ratio method says that we can increase our volume. So we're sitting at $4,000 right now. Now, this is something we discussed in the previous tutorial. The way we increase our lots in the fixed ratio method is linear. We don't, we're not going to say we're moving to 4 lots now. No, that was back in the Larry Williams method. Here, even though we're at $4,000, the next step for our lots is actually 3 lots. So your lots are always going to increase in linear steps. So it's 1 lot, 2 lots, 3 lots, 4 lots, 5 lots, and so on. Like you set the step yourself, but then you have to stick to it. So whether you're increasing by 1 lot or half a lot or 0.1 lot, the main point is that it's always a constant step that you're increasing your lots by. In our particular example, that step is 1 lot. Alright, so we've increased our lots to 3. Let's take a moment to understand when we will be allowed to once again increase our volume to the next step. So 3 lots, we have to earn 3 deltas, no matter how long it takes us. It might take us a year, might take us a month, might take us 5 trades, might take us 50 trades. But the rule is that we can only increase our volume once we earn 3 more deltas on top of our current funds. 3 deltas, if you add them to $4,000, will give you $7,000. So that's our checkpoint. Alright, so let's go. The first trade brings us $750 because we're trading with 3 lots now. The next trade brings us another $750. So that's $1,500 in total. Then another $750 and another $750, which takes us to that checkpoint of $7,000. And that means that we are now allowed to increase the lot to the next step. And what is the next step? Well, it's a linear increase from the previous step, which means it's only 4 lots. This continues, so the next, further it will continue. We will keep earning money, and then at that point we will increase once we have $11,000 on our account. So, as you can see, it's also an exponential growth. Similar to what we had in the Larry Williams method, but a completely different concept. So there, the loss whirl is proportional to the balance. Here, you have this kind of segmented step-by-step method, and plus your lots are increasing linearly. So it is a bit more complicated, but it has heaps of advantages. And we will talk about those further down in this section of the course. But for now, hopefully, this really clears up how the fixed ratio method works. In the next tutorial, we'll find out that there's actually no formula that can drive all of this, but there's a table of risks, which is very helpful in keeping track of the volume, the checkpoints, the delta, and so on. So that's what we're going to talk about in the next tutorial. If you have any questions whatsoever, just feel free to write a comment in the comment section for this lecture. I'll make sure to reply and clarify anything. But for now, I look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, happy trading.